Beauty standards within the religious cult that I grew up in. Hi, my name is Kristen, and I grew up within the IFB, or the Independent Fundamentalist Baptist cult world. One, we need to acknowledge the big coat that I'm wearing today. It's March in Indiana, where I'm currently living. It is freezing today. It's like 17 degrees, and I'm actually out because my daughter has a field trip and I am chaperoning today. Yay me. But anyway, back onto our subject. So, beauty standards within this religious cult. What was really interesting is that the women, as wives, were told that they needed to keep themselves presentable for their husbands. So that meant makeup and hair and the way they dressed themselves, because it was determined that if a man were to cheat, that you needed to look at yourself to see if you were the one that was the problem. However, if you were to look too good, or maybe have something that showed your shape a little bit too much, now you were promiscuous. Now you're a Jezebel. So there was this really fine line of what was too much, what was just enough, what was enough to keep your husband faithful, but not so far as to be called a Jezebel or worldly or promiscuous. So women lived in this very challenging world of riding this fine line between those two things. And then, as you can imagine, as a teenager growing up within this, that was even more challenging. It was our determination to have to wear the right things, walk the right way, talk the right way, because otherwise we could make the men in the church stumble. But there was also a lot of pressure on all of us to be pretty, to be presentable, because obviously we were trying to look for potential mates for marriage, and we were already being taught that we needed to keep ourselves looking a specific way for when we're married. So it's this really challenging world of living in two different things at the same time, not being too pretty, not being too sexy, but also being pretty enough so when we were married, our husbands wouldn't cheat on us.